All right, bet. Florida boy, great to meet you, man. Really appreciate it. I want to talk about all things Florida boy MMA, brand risk, obviously your amateur career in MMA. Just kind of break down and give everyone an inside look of who you are.
All right. Well, I'm Florida boy. I started streaming. I got invited to Hunger Games that Ice Poseidon held. I think it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's where I initially started streaming. But I've been wrestling since middle school. Well, like going into high school, middle school era, and then I went to college for wrestling. I turned around and started doing MMA when I was like 19 or 18, and I've been doing MMA since. Now I'm 26. And I've been boxing. I mostly was wrestling. Like I said, I wrestled through high school and stuff, but I was boxing and all that. And then I got into content creating and I seen, Brand started. I was like, that's like perfect for me. I tried to get my foot in the door. I showed up to the Atlanta, we had some tryouts going on. I wasn't even able to get a fight there. I've been to brand fights where I was just stuck outside a couple of times. And Aiden's mentioned trying to get me a fight. The one guy I ended up fighting backed out of our fight 6 months prior because of he was sick or something like that. But freaking, I don't know. I had to move up 2 weight class. I initially, throughout most of my MMA career, I fight at 125, which is flyweight in MMA.
Yep.
And for that bout, I took it at 145. And I was just trying to get my foot in the door. But he said he was going to sign me a multi-fight contract. I haven't had another fight since. Sometimes they try to give me fighters that are they try to give me General Zach after that, and he's 185. It's just such a massive weight difference. It just doesn't make sense on my part to take those.
Yeah, you got to be safe, especially when you're lacing up the gloves. I hear you. How was the difference between MMA camps, which you've been doing? You have 15 MMA fights.
I have 14 sanctioned bouts, and then I have 4 street beefs bouts, and I have kickboxing matches and stuff as well.
Okay. I was looking on Tapology, so if I get any of your info wrong, just correct me. Obviously there's a massive difference, but for the fans who might not know, how was it training for the Brand pro boxing fight compared to your MMA bouts?
I mean, it wasn't much of a difference. I just do the same thing. I just shifted my focus. Like I said, I'm mostly a grappler. I'm a wrestler. So most of my time actually spends on the other side of the gym, grappling and stuff on the mats. But when I'm going to boxing, I go to the boxing side. I'm using my hands a lot more. I'm working with my kickboxing coach and my boxing course exclusively. I'm not even getting any grappling sessions in. I'm just in the gym every day, just boxing, hitting the bags, hitting the mitts, stuff like that.
Got you. And obviously your name is MMA, so you love MMA. But do you have a love for boxing as well? Obviously mixed martial arts, so you're boxing anyway, but just strictly boxing.
Yeah, I do have a love for boxing. So my gym that I when I was first starting MMA was not it was just more like a kid gym where they teach kids kind of jiu-jitsu and stuff. And I transitioned to a boxing gym where they exclusively had boxing for a year or two. I was only exclusively boxing until my wrestling coach came in. They threw some mats on the floor and they opened up another part of the gym and started a wrestling and an MMA team. But before that, for about 2 years or so, I was exclusively boxing. So I do have a love for boxing. I have some friends that are pro boxers, some friends that are pro bare knuckle boxers.
Wow.
And stuff like that. So my coach is actually in the UFC, Nico Price. So I've been around the game a lot. I've gone to all these boxing matches and these bare knuckle boxing matches. I love combat sports in general.
Yeah. Do you train at Nico's gym in Cape Coral?
Yeah, it's in Fort Myers. It's Fight Me Combat Sports because he used to train at AT&T, I think, in Cape Coral.
Okay. And I give you a lot of credit so once again, Tapology information here. So you went on a 4-fight winning streak. 2019 is the first fight on Tapology, and you went on a 4-fight winning streak, and then you went on a 5-fight skid, and then you went on another 4-fight winning streak. So
yes, sir.
I want to tell you this, bro. I respect the shit out of you because a lot of people would have quit. You know how, we live in an economy where it's if you don't get something that you want right now, most people just quit. I've done it. I'm sure you've done it in other aspects, but you stuck with it. What was your mindset? I'm more interested in the 4-fight winning streak's great, but what was your mindset when you were on a 5-fight skid, when you were trying to get over whatever it was? How did you keep going?
So when I went on that, everybody likes instant gratification. I started to take more skilled opponents. When I first started fighting, most of my opponents weren't necessarily all that skilled. One of my first 4 fights, one of my guys actually was a pro boxer that I beat in the first round. He's 4-0 as a pro boxer, but I started just to ramp up the level of competition. So I knew that it wasn't going to be easy. I also fought out of my weight class. I was going to 135 for a couple of those fights. So I knew I had what it take because I was demolishing some of these like lower tier guys. But then when I was getting up to like the guys that were ranked the top 5 in the state, top 4 in the state or whatever, they were giving me trouble. And I knew it was just minor details. Like I never truly felt, besides one of my opponents, I never truly felt like I really lost. Like I knew I lost the fight, but I felt like I beat myself more than they had beat me. That it was just some minor detail, some stupid mistake that if I had just adjusted just a little bit, I could have beat majority of my opponents. There was only one guy that I felt like outclassed me in any of my bouts.
So did that help you like kind of get over it? Because you knew if I just work on this aspect, I can flip that around.
Yeah, I knew if I just worked hard, and it's just like it's an amateur record at the end of the day. Like, and once you go pro, it resets, and that's all that really matters. These amateurs, like a lot of these guys that are like, I don't know, Khabib and all them, they probably have 100 not like unregistered, unsanctioned bouts on the back streets of fucking wherever they're from. All these fighters, you know what I'm saying? So it's not unheard of for people. You don't know what their record was. They could have had 100 random fights in a backstreet alley and only won a handful, probably more than that, obviously, but
yeah.
You never know. Once you go pro, the record resets, and that's all that really matters. Amateurs is just here to build you up, and that's what a lot of the promoters will tell you, and the coaches will tell you, is like you make your mistakes in the amateurs, you adjust, you fix, and then when you go pro, that's when you need to go on your tear.
I love it. So you have the most fire you've ever had for fighting right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like you're in this to stay. You're here to stay.
Yeah, I'm ready to. I'm like I said, I'm ready. I'm focused on going pro here shortly. If I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get some more brand risk fights in, and that would be great. But if I go pro and just head that direction, that would be awesome too. Anyway, yeah. I wish Aiden would have more MMA bouts on brand risk, but I know it seems to be shift primarily on boxing. I think he had like 2 MMA bouts in the entirety of brand risk.
Yeah, that one card was like all kickboxing. There was some MMA, and that was great. That was just so unique. You don't really see that MMA at that stage besides the UFC or the PFL or whatever it is. So that was yes, dope. You'd run through some people, man.
Yeah, no, I seen some of the people. I see a lot of people in the fights that are fighting in boxing or MMA, and I'm just like, man, I don't know why they even got this opportunity. They're just like, I don't know, lucky. I would assume like because I went out of my way. I'm from Florida. I drove to Atlanta, tried to get on the brand risk. I don't know what you would call it, tryouts and stuff like that. I literally stayed outside the building. I fucking messaged people. I've been on Aiden's stream. I was on his Halloween contest stream. I was on like his when he was doing tryouts for dares and stuff like that. I've been on a stream a few times, and I've mentioned it. It's just at my weight, I know it's hard to find an opponent, especially that has enough skill. A lot of times I'll message like Jordan or something, and he'll be like, well, this guy doesn't really have the experience you have, and I don't know if it would be a fair setup. So yeah, it's just I get kind of like stuffed in the back burner because I have too much experience, even though I'm still a content creator. So it's like,
yeah, you are in a funny spot, right? You are in a funny spot where you have a bunch of fights under your belt, and like I was so Jay, what kind of experience did he have coming in?
I don't think he had. I mean, he trained at a gym. I don't think he wasn't even dedicated or committed like that. Like I feel like he was just trolling for the most part. Like he was posting clips, talking shit, and he talked crap like on Twitter and stuff all beforehand. Like I said, he was 155, 150, so he had to cut about 10 pounds, and he was like, after the fight, he was crying and complaining about that, even though I'm like 135 and I had to gain 10 pounds. Yep. So he was like crying and complaining about that after the fight, but he could have took this fight 6 months prior. I want to say it was like April of last year that we initially were supposed to fight. I was in Japan streaming with Ice, and I was literally going to fly in from Japan or Korea or wherever I was back to Florida like a week before the fight. It had almost no training, and he called out because he was sick. Like he just had, I don't know what he had, but he just sick. It was fucking with his conditioning and stuff like that. But then he continued to talk shit all online, like, and then he talked shit to my other buddy who's a boxer, who's been trying to get on brand risk, MK Stone, and he just likes to run his mouth. Even currently, I was talking shit to Oblivion on Twitter, saying, I was like, Oblivion, like, I'll whoop your ass or whatever. And then Jay shows up in the comments, is like, let me handle your light work. Like, I didn't just beat his ass for 2 rounds or whatever. And he just stood there like a punching bag for most of the time. Like, I don't think he had any experience walking into it. He was totally in over his head, and he was just doing it for the content.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you stopped him in the second. You obviously came out extremely confident, like the way you came out from the bell, jabbing him, hitting him with big hooks. Like, do you think Do you think there was more your preparation and experience in the ring that allowed you to be calm and confident, or was it, or a mixture of the 16-ounce gloves coming back at you, knowing that you'd be able to take the punches and keep going forward?
Well, I never been knocked out, so I knew the 16-ounce gloves weren't an issue. And like, I mean, I'd be willing to use lower weight gloves if they wanted to, honestly. Yeah. But I knew the 16-ounce gloves weren't really going to hurt me. I do have a kind of a bad habit of fighting with my hands lower than I should, especially in boxing, because MMA is kind of a little bit different of a vibe. But I knew he had nothing that was going to hurt me really. And I knew with the preparation and my guys in my corner and how much work I'd put in. I mean, I wasn't in the best shape of my life walking into that bout, but I knew I had what it takes to finish him. I knew he didn't have what it took to fucking beat me in that fight. I didn't think there wasn't an ounce in me that thought he was going to win. Like, I knew that I was going to win that fight. I knew I was going to whip his ass one way or another. I wish there were lower ounce gloves, honestly, so I could have fucking flatlined him and maybe he wouldn't be talking all this trash still.
Oblivion said that he would be down to fight you in lower gloves. He was saying, I think, with a little bit of context to that Keishan clip, which we're going to get to, that he doesn't have knockouts. He was alluding to him not having knockouts because of the higher gloves. So it sounds like, I mean, you're down to fight with lower gloves. He is. If we can get the sanctioning body to be down for it, then a lot of more knockouts, a lot of more viral clips comes from knockouts, obviously, as you know. So that'd be huge.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, the 16-ounce gloves are definitely like pillows on your hands. Yeah. I think it's very hard to knock somebody out in 16-ounce gloves. They're training gloves. So like if they wanted to do 10-ounce gloves, I'd be able to. MMA, you're using 4-ounce gloves normally. The 8 ounces are the training gloves. So I'm used to getting hit with freaking a glove a quarter of the size. Yeah. So that also came into my confidence in the other fight. Like if I've never been knocked out with an MMA glove, like I don't think I'm gonna get knocked out with a boxing glove. I mean, shit, everybody gets knocked out eventually if you fight enough fights, though.
Of course. Yeah. I was thinking that, though. I was thinking that you were probably confident because of the 4-ounce gloves, coming at you, which is so much different. I'm a big MMA guy. I'm a big MMA guy. I love boxing as well. But, yeah, man, I love, like, you have subs on your record, too, which I think is awesome. My buddy loves jiu-jitsu. I haven't done it yet, but I went to his tournaments and stuff. Just so much fun. Love that whole game. How long have you been doing jiu-jitsu, just as a side note?
I think I've been doing jiu-jitsu since like 2019 on and off, but when I initially started my MMA career, it was like right before COVID hit. So like I trained for like 6 months, COVID hit, and I got stuck for like 2 years or a year and a half. I couldn't get fights, and I seen other people getting fights, and I was like, man, this is kind of bullcrap. Yeah. But so I seen Street Beefs on YouTube, and I drove up to Virginia and started fighting in Street Beefs. And a local promoter reached out to me through that, and that's how I was able to get some more fights and start fighting again. Wow! Because I got stuck for like a year and a half because of Corona. I was pissed.
Wow! Yeah, that was a crazy time. Were you like a senior in high school or freshman in college?
No,
or grade wise?
2017. I graduated in 2017. So okay. Corona was what, like 2019, 2018? What was it?
2020, 2021, 2022. All that.
I was out of college. I'd been 2 years in college, and then I stopped going to college. But I was just like fresh out of college, pretty much.
Yeah. Because on Tapology it says 2019 was the first fight, and you're 26, like you said. I'm 25, so I'm like, damn, I was a senior in high school in 2019. So I'm thinking about fighting someone when I was just that version of myself was crazy. I think you mentioned it, but how long were you training before that first fight?
I think I was trained at least 6 months. It might have been like a year, because I remember when I walked into the gym, they were having a fight, like a fight card coming up shortly. And in the gym, I was dominating, but I was like, man, I just walked in the gym like last week. Like, I want to get a couple months and learn a little bit of jiu-jitsu before I go into the cage and start fighting somebody. And my first fight was at 145 as well. I fought some guy. I fought some bare knuckle boxer now. I don't think he's like, the most talented guy in the world or anything like that. But I finished him with an arm bar in the first minute or two. 2 weight classes up.
That's got to feel good.
Yeah, it was great. And it was in my hometown. Like, it was in Cape Coral, so like everybody came out from the city and shit.
That's dope. Would you rather finish a fight, knockout, sub? Obviously, probably not decision, or maybe decision.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather finish a knockout. I've had I don't think I have a real knockout on my record, but like some of the guys I've like flash KO'd and then I end up submitting them. Like, obviously for the highlights, like a fucking walk away KO, like some Sean O'Malley type shit would be the best, but. Yeah. I mean, when I go into a fight, if I can take the dude down and submit him without getting punched, I think that's also like amazing, because you're not taking any damage. At the end of the day, it's about longevity. And if you don't take any damage, you're not risking really much.
In and out, in and out.
Yep.
Dope. Okay, I wanna go backwards a little bit if you don't mind. To the streaming stuff with, I'm sorry, what's his name? I just blanked. Ice Poseidon, who was also the first streamer, like when I was super young, I ever heard of in my life, which is crazy that he's still around doing his thing. So you were streaming then, and then fast forward to Brand Risk, like from when you were streaming back then 2 years ago, or whatever it was. How did you get that call from Brand Risk and all of that? Kind of recap all that time.
So when I reached out to Brand Risk. I've been commenting on shit. I've been like hitting up Aiden. I've been in the stream trying to get into Brand Risk. Like, I'm a real fighter. I've been standing outside the events, like, talking to everybody, trying to get my foot in the door. And Ice was doing 100-day subathon, or like 100-day like event or whatever, where he was just traveling around Japan. About like 50 days into it, I went out there with him, and I wasn't partnered or even verified on Kick at the time. So I went out to there like on my own dime, and I was streaming with Ice. He had like a fight night, and we all went to a boxing match, and I fought 3 different people in the same night. Fucking, I won all my fights. But none of them trained, so it's not like I can like sit there and just like talk crap. But none of them trained. But fucking, and then a couple weeks later, like that night, Ice told me, he's like, "Yo, you're gonna get KPP, you're gonna get verified, you're gonna be partnered on Kick." And then a couple weeks later, that went through, and we were in Korea actually, and Jordan called me up. It was, I don't know what time it would have been there, but it was fucking like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. in Korea. Jordan called me up, and he like explained it to me, because I was gonna be on the card where they did all the kickboxing ones, and Dana White was there.
Yes.
And he was explaining to me what like the whole situation, what we're going to have going on. He's like, I keep seeing your name in the chat, because like I would have like a bunch of people from ISIS community, CX, Purple Army, and my community, and I mean other communities associated with ICE would like spam my name in the chat. They'd be like, Florida boy, to the point where my name has been banned out of Aiden's chat a couple different times.
Wow.
So yeah. So freaking that, all that like uproar eventually just got my foot in the door. Jordan gave me a call, and he's like, "Would you be like, you're down to fight? Like, this is the weight class. This is the rules." It's a little bit like, it was a little bit awkward, because I think the sanctioning body or something was already busy that weekend, so they had like a different sanctioning body, which is why they were gonna have everybody, like even the people that are boxing, were gonna wear shin guards and shit. And I was like, bro, I don't care. Like, I'll do MMA, I'll do kickboxing. I was like, just get me in the ring. I'll fight this shit. Like, JJ's got nothing on me. And then fucking, I scheduled my flight home on April 1st, and I go to fly home, and then the guy just backs out. He backs out out of nowhere, pretty much, for me. And Jordan was like, man, I don't know. Like, he's sending me hundreds of messages. He's been talking like he's ready to fight, and then he just backed out. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't know. And then fucking fast forward 6 months. Finally, they offered me like super, what's his name? Super Saiyan, what's his name? Yeah, they offered me US Saiyan at 145, but he's a little bit bitter, a little bit more experienced, and I think he does pro bouts. Yeah. And my bout wasn't a pro bout, it was like an exhibition bout. And it's like, I'm not trying to go pro in boxing right off rip. He's a little bit bigger of a guy. I didn't think that was the right fight, because like I said, I'm not trying to fight somebody, a pro fighter for one. Which, I mean, I don't know. USA Sane's a good boxer. I think I might be able to take him a fight, but he's a little bit bigger. I'm not, like I said, I'm a 125. If I'm going to take a fight at 145, I'd rather have somebody with less experience. So it's not that the weight difference isn't going to screw me over. And I've actually boxed, like I boxed a 260-pound guy, or 230-pound guy, 230-pound guy at one of Nick Lee's events. He had the CX Apprentice, and Ice was there, and I boxed this other guy, Beats. But freaking...
That's a big dude.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a big dude. Yeah, he's a Marine and shit. But fucking, I don't know. I was just waiting, and they finally hit me back again. But they're always trying to give me like opponents that are just too big, honestly. Like General Zach, he's 185. Like he's a pretty good boxer. He trains. I'm friends with him on Instagram and stuff. He's running 5Ks and shit. He's well conditioned and stuff like that. But 185 compared to a guy that's 135. Like, I'm just trying to fight guys my weight, like Oblivion, Newman. I forget who's the guy. I forget who 33 just fought. I'll fight him, or like Snaggy Mo or some shit. Like, I mean, Snaggy Mo lost this fight, so I'm trying to fight a guy with like a winning record at least. And Armando Rubio, is that who he fought?
Yeah, that's who he fought.
I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'd be down to fight that guy even. But I was going to go for Oblivion because Oblivion's been like, I feel like their golden voice for more or less. Like he's been on a majority of the fight cards, and I feel like he's just been gifted people that don't know how to box. Like Julian Newman's a basketball player. Like I had a parlay on that card. I was on that card. I had a parlay on that card, and I had Oblivion winning that bout because I thought, Oblivion trains every day. He trains with all these like big names, even though training with big name means nothing if you're not actually like putting in the work.
Yeah.
And then he lost to a guy. It's a basketball player that picked that shit up in a couple months. Like, and bro's like not even like a good basketball player. He's just known for like spam dribbling, like nothing crazy. Like, there's no reason if Oblivion truly trained, he shouldn't have been able to beat that guy. And they're in my weight class. Like, I'm not trying to keep going up weight classes, keep fighting bigger dudes. Like, I'm trying to fight at 135, 125, and take out the top names and take the belt. Like, yeah. I guess does Newman have the belt now? I'll take it from him. Mm-hmm. But I want to I'm only 1-0, so like I mean, it kind of like makes sense that I have to fight, a couple more guys to get to the top.
Of course, yeah. What do you think went wrong for Oblivion in that fight? You're obviously there.
I don't know. I don't know if he was tired or the punches were just like scaring him. He just didn't seem to be active. Honestly, he was kind of just standing there. Really, like I didn't feel like he was really throwing back. And usually in his other fights before that, he actually seemed to be much more active, throwing back. He kind of just backed himself into the corner. So I don't know if it was his conditioning, and I think he said he wasn't really taking the fight seriously or something like that. So it might have been his conditioning, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he thought, Julian's a basketball player. He still plays basketball. That's the only thing I was thinking about with Julian. I had an article about Brand Risk just talking about some of the fighters and how to build them and stuff like that. And Julian, it says that he still actively has eligibility for basketball. So he's still playing ball. So I don't know how committed he is to boxing, where his, I guess, passion lies still. So I don't know if they're going to, strip the belt. I don't know what they're going to do, but I think you can get a really big opportunity here if we do our business here with Oblivion. So kind of talk your shit. Obviously, let me set the stage for you real quick, if you don't mind.
All right.
Oblivion in Davis, they were talking about you, right? Mm-hmm. And Oblivion said, and I say this with respect, Florida boy, just quoting here, he said, you look like you have a dick in your ass when you're fighting. He did apologize. I do want to mention that, to be fair to Oblivion. He said you are goofy, though. You fight goofy. And, Keyshawn thinks that, he can be, or you can be his first knockout. So what do you have to say to Oblivion?
Well, I ain't never been knocked out. I think Keyshawn is just hyping up his homeboy because he's right next to him type shit. Like, there's no way in hell Oblivion ever knocks me out. We could use fucking 8-ounce gloves, 4-ounce gloves. We can go bare knuckle. There's no way in hell Oblivion can knock me out. First off, I have extreme height. Like almost everybody in my weight class, especially Oblivion, I have an extreme fucking height advantage. I'm 6 foot tall. Oblivion's like 5'5". Like he's gonna have a hard time even touching my chin, to be real. But fucking yeah, Oblivion really has. I don't think he has any shot at beating me at all. I don't think he's gonna even phase me with any of his punches. I'm down to use whatever gloves, no gloves, whatever he wants. I don't know that. I don't even know what that means. Like saying I fight like I have a dick up my ass. I might fight awkwardly because I'm a fucking wrestler, but he don't know how to fight. Like he literally got beat up by a guy that picked up boxing fucking 6 months ago. So I don't think he has any room to talk. And I think Keyshawn's just hyping him up because he's his homeboy sitting right next to him. There's literally 0% chance he could ever knock me out with any type of gloves, with no gloves, in the street, nothing. I would dominate that kid in boxing, wrestling, kickboxing, basketball. I don't give a fuck. Like Oblivion is not a fucking athlete like that. He's just a content creator. He needs to stick to content creating. If he wants to be a boxer and he's trying to act like he's a boxer, he's training with all these big names, fucking Keyshawn, Ben or whatever, all these guys. Like he needs to fucking commit to the sport and be training every day. He doesn't train every day. He's not a real boxer. Like he's not in shape. I don't know. I feel like he's just talking out of his ass for the content. Like that shit makes no sense. I didn't see the clip of him apologizing. It is what it is regardless. But fucking at the end of the day, like I'm here to fight. I know I'll beat his ass either which way. We can use 10-ounce gloves. We can use fucking 16-ounce gloves. We can use whatever gloves he wants. Like if he's willing to sign the contract, which I don't think he will. I don't think he's got the nuts. Like I will beat his ass any day of the week. Let's go. The next Brand Risk. Well, we can go right now this Saturday. Brand Risk. Like I really don't care.
So for you in your mind, that's your next fight that you want. But you'll take whatever you can get, of course. You want to be on Brand Risk.
I want to be on Brand Risk. I want to take a fight on Brand Risk, but Oblivion's the guy I'm targeting. He was their golden boy. He didn't fucking take advantage of his opportunity. Got fighting all these bums. Like he can fight a real fighter now and see if like this will honestly give him respect throughout the community if he fights me, regardless win or loss, because he'll be fighting a real fighter. He won't
Yeah.
just fight some random guys, some basketball players, some content creators. I'm an actual trained fighter. So win or loss, this will give him more respect than almost any other fight in Brand Risk.
So what about if they come to you and say, Julian Newman beat Oblivion, so we want you to fight Julian Newman. What do you think about him? What do you think about that matchup?
Oh, I think that's an easy fight too. I think Julian Newman, I don't know. Like I said, I thought Oblivion would beat Julian Newman, but I guess I was wrong. I don't think Julian Newman's got the skill. He just picked up boxing very recently. And like I said, he beat fucking Oblivion. So I think I dominate both of them. With the 16-ounce gloves, I think it might be hard to get a KO, but I mean, I think I could at least TKO him just like I did Jay.
And for you, because as you said, it's hard to knock someone out with 16 ounce. What do you do? Because you're a fighter. You're a full-time fighter. Are you going to rip the body to open up the head for maybe, him to drop his hands or something? Like, how do you secure a knockout?
I think, the best option, you definitely got to work the body, get him to drop his hands, because his body starts hurting. He's going to cover up the body. You can also kind of like, I guess it would be like dirty boxing. MMA, it's a little bit different, but I'll paw at their hands. Like if he throws a lazy jab out, I'll have to use my fucking front hand, push his hand down and come over top with an overhook or something like that. I guess it's kind of like a dirty boxing technique more than anything, but it's just getting him to open up his jaw. But it's honestly, it's not trying to throw with power. Like a lot of people are trying to swing so much power every fucking punch. It's not hitting with power. It's just hitting with good technique, good speed, and eventually you hit the button. Like you just got to get the good combos in. It's not swinging for the fences every time. You get your good combos in, you get them to open up, and then one hit just lines up with the button and shuts them off, whether it be the body or the head.
Okay. All right. What about Thiirty? What do you think about Thiirty?
30? I thought 30 is pretty good. He actually trains and stuff. I think his conditioning. I was surprised when he lost that white boy Armando or whatever. I guess he might be Spanish. I don't know. Whatever he is. I was surprised when he lost to him. Me and 30 are pretty chill. I would box 30. Aiden offered him me. I don't know exactly what happened. I seen a clip of it on stream, but fucking, I don't know exactly what happened. It wasn't like an official contract, but he offered him me. But I mean, I think I could beat 30 in a boxing match. But he trains. He's actually pretty skilled in my opinion. So the guy that beat him must be pretty skilled as well.
Yeah, and he fought Armando and Snaggy. All right, so yeah, you're really just focused on getting a fight, but you do obviously have some names. And Oblivion was talking shit. His chat was probably talking shit as well on you. So you're looking for that fight for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the fight to make. I want to know. Oblivion's what, 3-1.
Yeah.
There's not very many fucking people in our weight class. So like in the top 4 in our weight class technically would be like Newman, fucking Oblivion, me, and Armando, I guess. I don't really know anybody else in the weight class.
Yep. 30.
Yeah, 30 and Snaggy, I guess. But
yeah,
those all got winning records, the other guys.
For sure. What do you think about Chibu stepping in for Ruga to fight Blueface?
Yeah, I mean, Blueface is a pretty good boxer. I like Chibu. I think Chibu's been busting his ass. Blueface has been in jail, but he's a pretty good boxer and a pretty good athlete. So I don't know what his conditioning and shit is like. I would like to see. I think Chibu can beat him. I'm pretty sure Chibu can beat him because, like I said, Blueface ain't really been training like that, and Chibu's been committed in the gym for like a year and a half straight. So I think his technique and shit, his technique and his conditioning will be much better, but I don't know. Blueface is a fucking beast of an athlete. He's super tall, super lanky. It's going to be a great fight. I know that.
Yeah, for sure. I was talking to Scam Likely, and he said that Chibu is a grinder in the gym all the time. Saturdays, whatever it is, he's always grinding. In his first fight, I was clipping up a couple fights for Brand Risk, and his first fight, his body just physically to his last fight, Chibu, he looks so good. And he's so quick. Yeah. For his size, he is so quick. His footwork, everything.
100%. I see clips of him on like Twitter and shit. Like he'd be posting clips of him, even like shadow boxing. And like my buddy would show me. I'm like, dude, for a big guy, bro's got some good footwork. He's pretty quick and agile, and he's definitely lost a tremendous amount of weight. I don't know the exact number, but he definitely kind of had a little bit of belly on him compared to now. He's slimmed out a lot. For
sure. And I was thinking with Blueface, like you said, he's good. He's boxed before, a couple influencer stuff, and he's quick and he's athletic. He was I think a 4-star quarterback out of high school or something like that. He was good. And
he beat Ed Matthews, knocked him out.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He knocked out Ed Matthews, I believe, right?
Yes. And Kane, it was Kane Trelay. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He makes like a bunch of skits. He like stopped him or went to decision to beat him up. He's quick. He's good. But I was thinking when he was in jail, he came out looking huge. And I'm thinking that's a little bit different, right? Like, and you would know when you go up and when you cut back down, like how does your body adjust? Speed, all that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make a difference. If he's putting all that weight on, his going to be a little bit slower for sure. I don't know if I don't know what he was doing, if he was working out and shit like that, but he's definitely going to be a little bit slower. But that shit, he's tall as shit. I don't know the height difference, but he's definitely taller than Chibu, I'd say.
Yeah.
And that reach is going to be something. Chibu's going to have to be in his face the whole time, but that's kind of how Chibu fights anyways. I don't know. I like I said, I think Chibu definitely should be able to win this. He just got to keep the pressure on him. Blue Feast is an athlete for sure. But I don't think he's been like, he was just chilling. I don't know. I wasn't in jail with him, but I would assume he would have been chilling, not really training his boxing like that. I know he's been training recently since he got out, but it hasn't been that much of time. You know, I think he's going to be a little bit slower. I think he's going to be a little bit out of shape. He's still an athlete at the end of the day, but I think Chibu's just fucking, I think he's in shape. He's in grinding. I think he's going to be able to take that bout.
Love it. Love it. What about Super Hot Fire and Gypsy Crusader?
Oh, that's going to be a crazy one. So yeah. I know Gypsy Crusader is fucking like, he trains, he has like Muay Thai bouts and stuff, right?
Yep.
Super Hot Fire is pretty funny. I feel like Gypsy Crusader is gonna win that. I don't know. Like Super's been training recently for sure. I don't know what Gypsy's been doing, but if he took this bout, and I know he kind of had something like this in mind ever since him and Cuffham went at it on Omegle or whatever monkey app. So he's probably been in the gym. I would like to see Super Hot Fire win for the fucking narrative. But I don't know. I feel like Gypsy Crusader is probably going to end up winning that just because more experience, you know, and it just depends. Really, at the end of the day, it depends on who's in better shape, honestly. Yeah. But I think the experience and the technique's definitely on Gypsy Crusader's side there. So I feel like he'll probably win.
I think a lot of people got surprised by Super Hot Fire when he fought Scam because he just like wouldn't get tired and he kept going at him and kind of gave Scam maybe his closest fight, I guess, so far. But yeah, he's a great entertainer. He's a great entertainer, and him and Gypsy it's gonna go viral. It's great matchmaking for Brand Risk.
There's definitely gonna be crazy clips coming out of that fight. Crazy. I don't know what people are gonna be calling each other, but there'll be clips.
Yeah, there's gonna be some crazy shit. All right, so bro, just a few more questions for you. It's kind of like this is like the classic interview shit where it's like, yo, say one word about this guy and whatever, right? You can say as many words as you want. The more content, better. Obviously, we already covered Julian, but I'll go. In Oblivion, I'll go through. So, Oblivion, just thoughts.
Oblivion, oh, he's soft and he's trash. He's just doing it for the content. He's soft because I know he can't take no hits. He's trash. His technique sucks. He's not conditioned. He's not really committed to it. Like Oblivion's ass, bro. At the end of the day, like I will finish him easily, especially if we're not in 16-ounce gloves. Like I'll make him quit. He's not mentally, he's not there. He's in the content creator space. If he gets in the ring with a real fighter, I will break him.
Perfect. Julian Newman,
he's just goofy. I don't know. Fucking, even like watching him do basketball, he'd just be spamming shit. He'll probably whoop my ass in basketball. But if we're getting in the ring, like it's a completely different story. You can dance around the ring all you want. You're just getting yourself tired. I'm going to corner him. He's going to be stuck in a corner and I'm just going to fucking level shots on him, body head, fucking, I'm just going to keep him in a corner just like I did Jay, and he's just going to get frustrated, he's going to get exhausted, his team's going to be wanting to throw in the towel because he's not going to be able to do anything.
Aiden Ross,
the GOAT, bro. Ice is the GOAT too, CX, but fucking Aiden's fucking blew up in the game. Like he just got all these crazy cars and shit, and he's very generous, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, I feel like in a lot of his events or stuff like that, he'll just give out money to people that I don't think, like I feel like when I've been on Ice's events and CX events, he makes you work for the money. I feel like sometimes Aiden just be too generous and handing out money, because Ice will he'll make sure you work for your money, bro. For sure.
Brand Risk Promotions.
Oh shit, that shit's fucking, Brand Risk is like next to the UFC, it's probably the biggest fighting promotion in the world, honestly, behind the UFC.
I was thinking the same thing. I recently wrote that 300K live on Kick, 50 on YouTube, 25 on Twitch, X, TikTok. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
12 events is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like UFC 1, 2, like those shit didn't have shit compared. Like And I mean, think of what Brandless can do when it has 300, 400 events. Like in the next fucking 10 to 20 years, it's going to be UFC level for sure. I imagine if it's just focused on boxing, it'll definitely be the biggest boxing promotion if it isn't already. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I watch more brand risk promotions than I do any other boxing matches. Like I'll watch like the main events sometimes, but most of the time I'm not watching the whole boxing card. And brand risk has leveled up their competition in the last 2 events. I say bringing in like Bang Williams and some of these other pro fighters.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I would say that a lot of the boxing promotions and basically everyone besides the UFC, they never release their numbers, pay-per-views, whatever it is. They really don't release their numbers, and they're most likely because they're not selling as much as they thought they would or that they want to promote that they are. And Brand Risk's numbers are right in front of everyone's face. We all see them. So it's like direct feedback. Direct feedback. It's great. Okay, real quick. American Top Team.
American Top Team, it depends because there's some like American Top Team has some gyms that are like kind of like not really fucking, I don't know. Some of their gyms aren't really like American Top Team. They have some gyms where like you go to certain places like I don't know who trains. There's like American Top Team in like Bonita Beach or Cocoa Beach or something like that where
Boston.
Like some of them UFC fighters that are training out of, they're like those are committed. That's a badass gym. But there's some of these random ATTs around town that are just like every day. But some of them American Top Team gyms have some straight killers coming out of there for sure.
For sure. Bro, Florida boy, anything else that you want to get? Actually, one more question. What is your dream 2026 fight wise? What does it look like? Map it out for me. We have a lot of months left in this year.
All right, so I wanna fight Oblivion in the next 3 months and whoop his ass, take him out. Then I want to fight fucking Newman or whoever else stands in the way of the fucking belt, and I will hold the belt in the next fucking 3 months after that. And then in the last 6 months of the year, like the next 12 months, I want to make sure to defend that belt, and I just want to get some sponsorships and shit and just build my career as a fighter, hopefully through brand risk and with brand risk. I'm just hoping that I can become the champ in the next fucking 6 months and then retain that belt in the 6 months following that.
So you want to be extremely active and rep brand risk all the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Love it, bro. Anything else you want to get off your chest? I'm gonna be blasting out clips like it's my job, which it is. So anything you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, I mean, fucking Oblivion, you're a bitch. You're not gonna be fighting me. You won't sign the contract. It's guaranteed. Newman, if you want it, you can get it. Any other 35ers, 25ers in brand risk boxing, everybody can get it. You guys want to box? You don't care the ounce gloves. I don't care what we're doing. If you're not a fucking pro boxer, I'll fucking take it. If you want to do MMA, I'll fucking take it. Whatever y'all want. Like at the lower weight class of the fucking non-pro fighters, I'm the best in brand risk by far. It's not even close. The content creators, I'm the best in brand risk by far. Like I'll take anybody out. There's nobody that will step in my way and stop me. So just fucking Aiden, come on, man, line me up another fight. Jordan, what's good? Like I need another fight. You guys said multi-fight contract, man. I've been sitting here on the sidelines since my last fight and I'm ready to go. Like they said they're offering a chain for a fucking a community fights, first person to 3-0. I'm 1-0. I'm with CX. Like, let me win 2 more fights and get my chain, and I have a belt. I have a chain, a belt, everything. Give me a little CX chain. You heard?
Let's do it. Florida boy, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate the time. This helped me out a lot. Thank you. I'm going to be blasting everything on Twitter. You'll see it. I'll post it all over. And yeah, bro, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Yes, of course. No, I appreciate this. This will help me out a lot, too.
For sure, bro. Hey, have a good time training. Be safe, and we'll talk soon. I'll hit you up.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. You too.